All right, Joe Biden didn't say the words China or Russia one time during today's speech before the UN General Assembly. But he did mention the word climate a lot. 15 times for those keeping score at home. Biden's climate agenda is aggressive, but it won't succeed unless he gets China, the world's top polluter, on board. And who did he charge with such a monumental task? Well, John Kerry, of course, America's favorite jet-flying, parasailing, medal-tossing, swift-boating, gold-digging, flip-flopping son of a gun. Isn't that the best graphic you've ever seen? I'm pointing in the wrong direction. There it is. It sort of says it all right there on your screen. You see, John Kerry, he's a man people take very seriously. When he tells coal miners to make solar panels, oh, they listen. And when he travels to Paris, he always brings James Taylor with him. And when he travels around the world, he always puts the environment first.
It's the only choice for somebody like me who is traveling the world to win this battle. I negotiated the Paris Accords. I negotiated with President Xi to bring President Xi to the table so we could get Paris. The time it takes me to get somewhere, I can't sail across the ocean. I have to fly to meet with people and get things done. I'm not going to be put on the defensive.
I love that banner. I'm allowed to fly private. I'm important. And when he does happen to fly public, he always wears a mask, except for all those times that he doesn't. But for some reason, he's having a tough time getting the Communist Chinese to listen to him. I wonder why that is. Maybe because he's a weak, ineffectual hypocrite, incapable of strong-arming the Chinese into doing anything. But maybe it's also because he's compromised by Chinese money, as I mentioned just a moment ago. According to a new report, his wife, ketchup queen Teresa Heinz, has at least $1 million tied up in a hedge fund that specializes in, get this, Chinese government-controlled investments. Now, we know it's just a fraction of their family's massive inherited wealth, but it's a bad look, especially when he's trying and, of course, failing to muscle the red Chinese toward carbon neutrality. Maybe it's time old Johnny hang it up and parasail off into the sunset. It's beautiful. And maybe you can let Antony Blinken and his baby Bjorn take over for him. Just a show of intimidation. Joining me now, Raymond Arroyo, Fox News contributor. Raymond, you know, we knew he was ineffective, but we didn't know he was counting on state-owned businesses to line his pockets a little bit more.
Yeah, well, they'll take that climate deal with a slight side of conflict of interest, the Heinz will. Look, Teresa Heinz Kerry, she's got up to maybe $5 million invested in this Chinese-run hedge fund. And I learned today, Pete, you know, I'd read those long Hunter Biden emails from the laptop. Turns out Hunter Biden and Teresa Heinz Kerry's stepson, Christopher Biden, founded something called Rosemont Seneca Partners. They were in the Chinese deal that Hunter promised to hold 10% for the big guy. So the Heinz and the Bidens, once again, they're colluding on a massive scale with the Chinese, and nobody's screaming conflict of interest here. I imagine Xi and the Chinese are loving this. Look, John Kerry was the guy who negotiated the prison release, the Iran cash deal. You know, he gave $1.7 billion to the mullahs. What did we get for that? Not very much. And it looks like he's on path to do the same with China vis-a-vis the climate. Xi is smiling from ear to coal-emitting ear.
Raymond, you win the prize for 6 degrees of Hunter Biden. I did not know that, but well done. But
I did my research.
You always do, which we appreciate. Yeah. So this idea, and I asked the same thing to Vivek because I think it's important. Yeah. When we're negotiating over something that we care a lot about because the left is obsessed with climate change, and our adversaries know they don't care about it at all, and they can exploit that situation, they do the happy dance because they can give away little concessions on a meaningless topic and then do whatever they want elsewhere in the world.
Well, we heard it today from Biden. You hear it from John Kerry. And Nancy Pelosi last week in the UK said the same thing. They say, oh, well, the Uyghurs are being put in internment camps in China. Religion is being suppressed. Free speech is demolished by China. But look, the overarching and more important thing for us is to negotiate a climate change deal. Well, the Chinese love that math because they get to trade all their horrible trade abuses and the inequities in our trade imbalances, as well as their human rights record, away for some BS climate change pact. The Chinese are not reliable partners, Pete. They lied to their own people about free speech. They crushed Hong Kong. They promised 50 years of no change in Hong Kong. Guess what? They lied. And putting John Kerry in charge of climate change, the emission, the toxic emission I most worry about is what comes out of John Kerry's mouth. That private plane that he's defending a moment ago, 30 times the emission of a normal private plane he's already blown, and we're only in September. This is like making Mitt Romney the U.S. pet care czar, or Bill Clinton the, protect the innocence of young women czar. I mean, John Kerry has no credibility when it comes to the climate or very much else.
Raymond Arroyo, as you always do, you deliver, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well said.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.